1 in 8 people in Germany are handicapped. That's roughly 10 million people. Of those 10 million people, more than 500,000 are not able to take on a regular job and make a living. They have to rely on governmental support to uphold a minimal standard of life. This also means that they have less possibilities to live a self-determined life. In an effort to offer support to those who cannot take on a regular job, WFPM's Workshop for Handicapped People offer a rehabilitative employment service. They offer a safe space for social interaction and free time, including personal assistance through qualified caretakers, enabling personal development and a first step in the direction of a regular job market. 2,880 WFPMs exist nationwide and serve as employers for over 300,000 handicapped individuals. The handicapped people employed at WFPMs take part in its economic activity by executing work tasks that are appropriately complex for their individual abilities. From this economic activity, the WFPM is able to sustain itself and pay its employees, staff, and caretakers. Due to this irregular form of employment, WFPM employees do not receive the minimum wage. They instead receive a monthly financial compensation, which derives from the WFPM's economic activity. The current average financial compensation of WFPM employees per month is €180. Due to a recent change in policy, the minimum financial compensation will successively be increased by 33% throughout the next 3 years. This is hardly realizable and instead poses an existential threat to 20% of WFPMs in Germany. This is where we come into play. Our goal is to help increase the economic success of WFPMs by creating a product which can be independently produced and sold by a WFPM. Hereby, we can support the WFPM in sustaining their service to handicapped people, ensuring further enrichment and empowerment of those individuals. Currently, we are in a cooperation with the local WFPM In.Betrieb, which employs 579 handicapped individuals. With them, we have developed a simple product which functions as a substitute for disposable packaging like aluminium foil and saran wrap, our beeswax wrap.
Both aluminium foil and saran wrap are often used daily for wrapping bread, fruits and vegetables. Aluminium foil and saran wrap are usually not reusable and therefore lead to a huge amount of waste. To begin elaborating on why these goods should be substituted, we'll start off with a few facts. Every year, each German citizen produces 37 kilograms of plastic waste, counting only packaging waste. Almost half of the plastic waste is made up of disposable products. These products were only used once before they were thrown away. Of 8.3 billion tons of plastic, only 600 million tons get recycled. The problem here lies within the degradation of plastic. It takes around 400 years and massively damages the ecosystem. This has heavy negative consequences, especially for our oceans, where the majority of plastic waste ends up. Approximately 4.8 to 12.7 million tons of plastic are landing in the sea each year. This is comparable to 1 truckload every minute. On the picture, you can see one of at least 5 giant plastic waste islands worldwide. This one is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch in the North Pacific between Hawaii and California. On average, every person in the world has caused 250 plastic parts only in this plastic waste island. As a consequence, more than 1 million seabirds and 100,000 marine mammals painfully die each year because they get caught in plastic parts or suffocate from them.
Aluminium also has various negative consequences for people and planet. One of them is the health aspect. Aluminium foil can emit a questionable amount of aluminium into the food which it is wrapped around. This can affect the nervous system, fertility, and bone development. Another point is the environmental aspect. During the manufacturing of 1 ton of aluminium arises 1 to 6 tons of red mud. This mud is a waste product and consists of quicksilver, lead, and caustic soda, among other substances. If this red mud enters the local ecosystem, as it has before in Hungary and Brazil, it has catastrophic effects on flora and fauna and makes any water reservoirs it touches undrinkable. All of these aspects have a huge impact on the environment and on our health. That's why our product, the beeswax wrap, is the perfect alternative. It is plastic-free, environmentally friendly, recyclable, and sustainable through the reusability of the product. But how much plastic can we really reduce? Our calculation is based on a daily use of saran wrap compared to the use of beeswax wraps. In the table you can see the size and the area of our beeswax wraps and how many of them correspond to 1 roll of saran wrap. By using only 1 small beeswax wrap, every household can save almost 1 roll of saran wrap per year. With 1 middle-sized beeswax wrap, we can substitute almost 4 rolls of saran wraps, and with one of our big-size beeswax wrap, even more than 5 rolls. A beeswax wrap lasts at least 1 year with daily use.
There are different ways of making beeswax wrap, all using different components. We have chosen our 3 main materials to be organic certified beeswax, organic cotton, and organic coconut oil. We want sustainably produced components which should not pollute the environment. That is why we paid attention to use components that are organic and contain less additives, because we feel responsible for the environment and want to go ahead with our environmentally friendly beeswax wraps. In addition to that, we turn our attention on working together with partners which are based near Mainz. This helps us to support local trade and farmer. But now let's have a closer look at the materials. Our beeswax is certified by Bioland, which is a union that tests and controls organic farmers. Because of its antibacterial effect, it is especially good for replacing saran wrap and aluminium foil. The cotton we choose is GOTS certified. GOTS stands for Global Organic Textile Standard and ensures environmentally and socially responsible manufactured fabrics. We choose certified organic coconut oil, not deodorized and not refined, and best suited for the production of beeswax wraps. Many other beeswax wraps contain jojoba oil, which has been found to be harmful to health by Stiftung Warentest in 2019. That is why we choose to use only coconut oil for our wraps. Now we turn to the production process. First, heat the beeswax so that it becomes liquid and mix it with the liquid coconut oil. Second, put the necessary amount of the oil wax liquid on 100% cotton cloth. Third, place baking paper over the cotton cloth and iron to spread the wax. Fourth, let the beeswax towel dry, and it's done. Let's have a closer look on the costs we are planning with. The fixed costs are made of the personnel costs. These consist of the VFBM employees' financial compensation and the pay for the staff members who deliver personal assistance and manage the VFBM. After Corona, In.Betrieb wants to start a first batch of 500 beeswax wraps, including 50 of the small size, 300 of the medium size, and 150 of the large size. They will be produced by 6 handicapped staff members and 2 persons for personal assistance. The fixed costs are calculated with 1,365 euros. The variable costs are composed by material costs, including cotton, beeswax, and coconut oil, packaging costs, including wrapping paper, an In.Betrieb sticker, and instructions for the correct use, and last but not least, the manufacturing costs, which are calculated at 5% of the other costs and include electricity, water, and equipment. From this follows that the variable costs are add up to 2,402 euros. Altogether, we calculate with total cost of 3,767 euros. Our plan is to generate profits that cover our variable costs. This will happen if we sell the small beeswax wraps for $8.99, the medium ones for $12.99, and the large wraps for $15.99. With these prices, our beeswax wraps are a little cheaper than the ones of the competitors. Because of this, we are optimistic that we can sell our first batch of beeswax wrap and can generate a profit in total of €2,978.
This is where we stand so far. Our next step is to finally go into production with in.Betrieb. One retailer, Galeria Karstadt Kaufhof, has already confirmed to allow promotion of our beeswax wraps at their store in downtown Mainz. Other preliminary retailers are the Mainzer Farmers Market, Supermarket Teegut, and the local sustainable grocery store Unverpackt. We are Enactus Mainz, and we want to make our city to a pioneer of sustainability.